In 2023, the National Women's Economic Empowerment Policy was launched as a guideline initiated to provide financial inclusion, gender mainstreaming, access to opportunities, and skills acquisition, amongst other empowerment benefits for women. Since its introduction, there have been calls for its domestication in all the states of the Federation. At this Coalition for Women Economic Empowerment Forum, speakers say women must be put in the mainstream of Nigeria's financial system to drive gender equality, women empowerment, and poverty reduction.
These are the major core sectoral interventions and pillars in the policy. We have women in agriculture, women in entrepreneurship, women in the traditional labor markets, women in emerging industries as media, the creatives, and women's skill education and skill acquisition, and also cross-cutting enablers. We don't want this policy to just be the first national policy. What next? We need citizens to engage this policy.
The policy is still at the national level. And in the structure of how Nigeria is governed, it's important that this policy is also domesticated at the state level. What that means is that we have at least 33 states that need to domesticate in national policy. They need to have their own policy.
The journey is closing the gender equality gap. The journey is women owning their voice, telling their story, being able to others to understand that equality is in women being represented properly in their space or in spaces where they're very competent.
The focus of discussion amongst these women in business include affirmative procurement policy, state gender-responsive budgeting, and care economy.
We have been working with UN Women, and we are committed to that gender-responsive procurement, affirmative procurement. We will ensure that as soon as it becomes a policy, that we begin to run with it.
We're trying to see the policies that we can put in place that will favor women in terms of trading. Because there are a lot of bottlenecks in trading for women.
A lot of the burden of care is solely rested on women, and that's one of the reasons why women don't progress economically, because they're struggling to also, while they're sort of combining their means of economic endeavor, they're also looking after their families, they're the primary carers, and they need support.
When fully implemented and domesticated, the National Women's Economic Empowerment Policy will ensure Nigeria is ranked among the top 90 countries on the World's Economic Forum Global Gender Gap Index by 2028. Bukola Taylor Cole, LTV News.